side first and then come in the back door. So follow along. All of the technology for stain in the last 20 years has been going into water-based products and not into oil-based products. And put it in a kiln and bake it. What happens is these pieces all will shrink along the growth ring. It ends up checking or cracking in the surface. We cut the joinery when it's green. We put a coat of stain on it when it's green, and we slow down the drying process.
Test. So we'll try this out. I had trouble walking and chewing gum at the same time. So the ideation stage of it can be a lot of fun, euphoric. As you start to explore more and really start to sink your teeth into it, it's going to get a little frustrating because as you drill closer and you try to get a hold of what you're doing, you're going to create more questions than you answer. A 4x4 will hold an extreme amount of weight for its size, but it needs visual connection, grounding, and the stone columns, which she shows some more of that, so you can look for that. Awkward volume happens occasionally on patios, so some things that would be worth trying is to go ahead and make a dedicated entry, maybe with some tapered posts, probably a little bit higher stone, and I would probably try, this gable then would be set back. We're looking at it 2D, but with a little roof in front. This is called a Dutch hip with siding there. This post I would still keep square. I wouldn't mess with taper because that's a sideshow. And certainly make sure that the stone is lower. So now you have, and maybe might even play with timbers in the gable. So something in the gable there as well. I had it 3/4 inch deep, which is generally fine for a decorative beam. But because the beam itself shrinks, that it's put into, but the other one shrinks lengthwise, they had to come back and put some decorative metal.
Because it didn't fit all the way in.
Because it came out of its pocket.
Oh, wow.
So.
Is that just spruce?
As far as I know. Now spruce, when it's dried, I use it for airplanes. So back in World War II, that was the thing. Any tree, when it shrinks, around the racetrack, it shrinks twice as much as perpendicular to the racetrack. So the wood that has to shrink here towards the center is just a tiny little bit, but the wood that accumulates out here, that shrinkage is going to become substantial. Somewhere, that log has to pop to the heart. I hope we move the needle for you moving forward. So, Q&A.